Moon Knight, right? I'm Haussmann. Obviously, if you have not seen Moon Knight Episode 1, The Goldfish Problem, don't watch this video. Come back after you've watched the episode. And then when you come back, like, share, subscribe, comment. Actually, comment. I would love to get some conversations going here. First episode's out, like, what did everybody think? Personally, I went in a little unsure because I'm such a fan of the comics. I've been reading through all the comics, so I knew this wasn't going to be exactly true to the comics because nothing really is anymore. When Iron Man the movie came out, that was nothing like what Iron Man was in the comics. The comics have adapted. Like, I didn't watch any trailers really, but the first trailers, I kind of stayed away from stuff, and I went into this, and right off the bat, I was just like, okay, this is nothing like Moon Knight at all. But then towards the end, I started to think it was closer to Moon Knight. Obviously, Stephen Grant's characterization is nothing like that. But I do see what they're going for, and I'm here for it. I'm going to be watching all of this. I'm really on board already. But yeah, Stephen Grant as this meek guy. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And but he doesn't know what's going on. He's got a real memento problem happening. Like every time he falls asleep, something is taking over. And so I was unsure of it. And he like wakes up and he doesn't know what's going on. He's in some town and people are after him. And I was like, But then as soon as the voice of Khonshu was like, oh man, talking in his head, he's like, the idiot's in charge, which was F. Murray Abraham, by the way, doing the voice. But yeah, as soon as Khonshu came in, I was like, okay, this is like the comics with Khonshu talking to him. In the comics anyway, like the personalities all kind of work together, which it seems like we're going in that direction. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Ethan Hawke shows up. He's Arthur Harrow, obviously not Arthur Harrow from the comics. I thought we were going into a Sun King situation, but we're not. He was Ammit. Well, he was Ammit, which is a crocodile-headed sphinx from Egyptian mythology, from the pantheon of the gods. He was referred to as Ammit here, but it's also Ammut in mythology, and it was Ammut in the comics, although minimal interaction with Moon Knight, but that's fine. Still could go in the Sun King direction, we don't know. Yeah, so it's Stephen Grant trying to kind of piece together what's going on, and Mark Spector is there, and when he does find Mark Spector's phone, there's a bunch of calls from Layla, which I don't quite understand. Layla was a minor character in some of the more recent comics, like 2 issues. Don't know if that's her or not, or if it's just I don't know. It's not Marlene, so there's something. But in that phone was Duchamp, which is Jean-Paul Duchamp, which is Frenchie, so that's awesome. Frenchie does exist in this universe. I'm still hoping that towards the end of the series, we shift into the more familiar Moon Knight, the 3 different identities, kind of working together with Moon Knight, and having Frenchie there with the helicopter and just being crime fighter. So far, I think it's great. Costume, I'm still not sold on. We didn't really see enough of it. I didn't like, and once again, it's just because it's different than the comics. Like I said, I was trepidatious because I've been reading so many Moon Knight comics going into this, which is usually a mistake when they're making a new adaptation for something to get married to the old one. So that is on me. But that said, I don't like that it was like a living symbiote type costume, like Mummy's Alive, I guess, as it were. As I didn't hate the look, but honestly, I just not sold on it yet. But I mean, Oscar Isaac's doing a hell of a job. Everybody seemed to be doing a really good job. You get a good cast of characters. You really wanted to punch his boss in the face because she's just we all know that person. Ethan Hawke seems to be doing really good, like this cult leader that is weighing people for the afterlife and murdering them. The action seemed like it's going to be really good so far. For the first episode, they found a good way to cut around most of the action, but I mean, it was awesome. I was on the edge of my seat. Like, I was sitting here, I was really invested because I was like, oh my god, it is now Sunday? Like, did Steven miss work? How is he going to get to work on time when this keeps happening? And I don't know why I was invested in the more mundane part of it, but like, what is the scarab? That's what I should have been invested in. How is he going to get out of this one? Holy crap, I hope he beats the crap out of that jackal dog and makes it afraid of him, which he did. Some of the essential stuff for Moon Knight is right, like getting the dissociative identity disorder, but also the fact that Moon Knight is just kind of merciless. Like that dog, that jackal dog, wanted to get the hell out of the bathroom. It was afraid to be in there with Moon Knight. Mark Spector is very efficient. That said, I honestly have no idea where this is going, I don't know what's going to happen. There's been talk, and people in articles are saying that it's not necessarily connected directly to the MCU. I don't see why they would even bother doing that, so I think that's just people misinterpreting things, but I guess we'll wait and see. Hopefully there is some greater MCU connection. I think with a lesser-known property like Moon Knight, they would probably want to, like by episode 4 or 5, there might just be something connecting it, so then that gets the media people buzzing and more people are going to flock to it, because I'm not sure how many people are going to tune into Moon Knight. I honestly don't know. Hopefully quite a few. Like, it's got the Marvel name, and the Marvel name should be enough these days. And Khonshu himself, when Khonshu shows up, that looks perfect. Looks like he's stepping straight out of the comic page for the more modern comic look on Khonshu. The whole memento thing, that he's trying to piece it together. He doesn't know exactly what's going on. He's missing chunks of time. I'm really intrigued. With this particular one, I wish they were doing the old style Netflix thing where they just drop all 6 episodes at once, But I'm here for it, and hopefully you are too. I will be here, for the next 6 weeks, every morning, gonna get up, 2 hours early before work, watch the episode once or twice, and then put out a video. What do you guys think is coming in next week's episode? Like, where do you think this whole story is going? Is Jake Lockley going to show up? Is Frenchie going to show up by the end? Is Frenchie going to be played by George Clooney? That's my alarm telling me to wake up. Is Frenchie going to be played by George Clooney? How fucking awesome would that be? Apparently George Clooney directed an episode or something. Moon Knight, Disney Plus. I'm excited for it. Those are just rambling thoughts of a madman in the morning. Anyway, check back next week for more Moon Knight madness. I'm Haas. Follow me on Twitter.